Hey everyone, today I wanted to talk about the media's intense hatred of the YouTuber PewDiePie. The main focus of this video is going to be on an article from CCN, which is a sports and gaming news website. This article came out a couple of days ago and basically attempts to criticize PewDiePie for shit he did years ago. It's really just a rewind of all the mistakes PewDiePie has made, and I bet if he had shit his pants as a child and it was on camera, it would have been on this list. The article starts off with a series of bullet points that really have no structure. The first one says, PewDiePie joked for years that he was out of good ideas. Yeah, there's an emphasis on the word joke. They also say that PewDiePie has jumped the shark ages ago. Now, I'm assuming this is saying that the quality of his content has gone down, but I'd be interested what the writer of this article would say was better quality content. I think the content he's pushing out right now is not the best content he's ever made, but it's certainly not the worst. I'd guess that they're just upset that he quit playing Happy Wheels. They go on later and say, we could all use a break from listening to him scream and snicker through another mind-numbing Minecraft video. So you mean the series that has brought in hundreds of millions of views? Not only that, he also did a charity live stream for 12 hours for Minecraft. I don't know the exact amount he raised from that, but I'll throw it on screen in Premiere. But you do realize that these videos aren't meant for 50-year-old boomers who are still paying off their student loans. These are meant for the main demographic of YouTube, which is kids. If you're a grown adult and you're still watching Minecraft videos, maybe that's why you're writing for CCN. The next jab they make at his videos is calling his You Laugh, You Lose challenges stale, which is the only point I kind of semi-agree on. Yeah, they do get stale eventually, but you have to take into account that he makes a video every day, and that's probably why he's taking a break. He's recognized that his content is kind of, I wouldn't say drying up, but it's getting repetitive, and he just wants to take a break and maybe come back with some fresh ideas. And I think that's really good for him. But to say that we need a break from him is just, that doesn't, first of all, that doesn't make sense. This doesn't make any fucking sense. And second of all, why, if you hate PewDiePie so much, why do you watch him, and why does it matter if the content he's making is for kids? I don't understand. The next section of the article talks about PewDiePie edgelording for views, which really was the majority of his content before the adpocalypse. He's really toned it down since, and a lot of people are happy about that. A lot of people are disappointed. Because he used to make content for older audiences, you know, for like teenagers, or mid-teenagers. Quote, we could really tell PewDiePie was out of ideas when he started edgelording for views on a channel with young, impressionable subscribers. The long and short of it is that PewDiePie doesn't control who clicks the subscribe button. It's up to the parents. If your kid is watching something that you don't agree with or you think is inappropriate, that's on you as the parent to stop your child from watching those kind of things. There's so many ways to limit what your child can watch. There's almost every single device now has a child lock that you need a password to take off. So instead of blaming the content creator for making stuff that you don't agree with or stuff that you don't think your kid should be watching, take it as your responsibility. The content creator is just trying to make money and make a living, earn a living off of your child, essentially. So if you don't approve of that, don't yell at the person who's doing it. Stop your child from consuming that content. If you're like the moms who brought their kids to watch Deadpool complaining that there was gore, sex, and violence in Deadpool, even though it was rated R, and then they go and blame the producers and the directors. That's not the producer's fault. You're the one who brought your kid to see a rated R movie. It just makes no sense. Anyway, next point. This part really got me. They say, I love PewDiePie, I really do, which is why I'm glad he's stepping away from the camera. Really? You love PewDiePie? Because it sounded 4 sentences earlier. You're ripping apart the majority of his content and him as a person. You really can't have it both ways. Either you're glad he's gone, or you want him to come back, and you can't have it both ways. It's pretty obvious that they're trying to both appeal to angry SJWs who hate PewDiePie and still try not to piss off the diehard fans too badly or too much. You're trying to play both sides, and when you do that, your whole argument just comes off as weak. Take one side or the other. Next, they go to a countdown of the top 5 reasons we should condemn PewDiePie to death by lethal injection, or at least that's what it sounds like. The first reason we, quote, need a break from Felix is bringing up an actually pretty big incident that happened over 2 years ago. If you've been following PewDiePie or even YouTube for long enough, you've probably heard about the time PewDiePie used the N-word on stream. The article compares him to a singer named John Mayer, who apparently said the N-word in a Playboy interview. I had never heard of John Mayer, so I did some research, and I got a brief summary of the interview. It seemed like he was acting a lot like a douchebag throughout the entire interview, and he did have to apologize later. In a Playboy interview, usually you have planned out what you're going to say ahead of time. So he planned this out. So comparing it to PewDiePie, who said it in the heat of the moment, if you watch the clip, I'm not going to play it. It's very obvious that he said it by accident. I'm not saying it's right. It was definitely wrong. It shouldn't have slipped out, but he said it in the heat of the moment. But that is very much different than going ahead of time and thinking, I'm going to say this is hilarious. It's premeditated. PewDiePie was not premeditated. Again, it was in the heat of the moment. The article also says, we haven't heard from John Mayer over a decade later. Now, I don't know whether they thought no one would fact check this, but John Mayer has come out with tons of music in the past couple years. He came out with an album just 2 years ago. And they were using that to say, you know, why should John Mayer disappear off the face of the earth for using the N-word, and PewDiePie still have millions of subscribers and get millions of views? Now, again, they bring up a second very large incident involving the anti-Semitic message that PewDiePie used in a video. If you don't know about it, he essentially asked 2 people on Fiverr to hold up a anti-Semitic message written on a piece of cardboard, and they did it, and he posted it on YouTube. I found this the worst out of everything he's ever done. It wasn't funny. I'm not defending what he did. What he did was wrong, and he deserved everything he got for it. He lost the deal with Disney, and he deserved that. He deserved more than that, in my opinion. I'm not, and I will not, defend what he said and what he did, but I will say that the points brought up in this article have no relation to the title or the point or the big idea that this article is trying to convey, which is that we need a break from him. And stuff that he did 2 years ago, 3 years ago, has nothing to do with the present. And bringing up this is for shock value and for attention. Anyway, that's all I really have to say about that. The next one is certainly the weakest, and that's PewDiePie bashing Finland for planting trees. Now, I went and watched the video where he said this, and I'll play it for you now.
Finland, who plants 150 million trees a year. Team Trees planting 20 million trees. Shut up, Finland! No one cares! Still big pee-pee, though. Still big pee-pee. I'll drink to some big pee-pee.
Now, I should not have to explain humor and satire to a grown adult, but this was quite clearly a joke. He is in full support of planting trees. He was reacting to a meme on why, and he was saying it sarcastically. I should not have to explain this. Their fourth point complains about how PewDiePie mocks the free press. I mean, if I was PewDiePie, I would mock the free press every chance I got. Every single news corporation has been rooting for his downfall for the last couple of years. You know, you got the Wall Street Journal, you have CCN, you have CNN. I mean, I don't blame him for mocking the free press. He's had really bad, run-ins with the free press in the past, and they've crucified him for stuff he's done. And again, not saying he didn't deserve it, but if I had that negative, stimulus with the free press, I would definitely mock them any chance. I would definitely mock them any chance I got. The final point is the writer complaining that he puts ads in his videos, even though one paragraph earlier they said that he shouldn't criticize other people's methods of income, which is one portion of the free press, where PewDiePie made fun of news organizations for asking people to turn off their ad block before you went on their website. And now they're doing the exact same thing, basically saying PewDiePie has too much money. He doesn't deserve all his money. He shouldn't get any more money. He should just make videos for free. That should be good enough for him. Apparently, PewDiePie was sponsored by a cryptocurrency. They're essentially saying that PewDiePie has enough money and doesn't need more, and that and comparing the cryptocurrency that he was partnered with to BitConnect, which was a massive scam. You know, I have nothing about that has ever come forth. He has never made a video about that. No one's ever come out about, hey, I just got scammed by this company that PewDiePie, you know, was sponsored by. No one came out with that. So I don't understand what this has to do with the current state of PewDiePie's channel, which is he's taking a break. This has nothing to do with the points, with the big idea of the article. Okay, so it also talks about PewDiePie shilling DLive and its cryptocurrency Lino, which is owned by the company Tron. Lino is a proprietary currency that you can, I'm guessing, donate to your streamers that you're watching on DLive. And people are treating that as a cryptocurrency, or CCN is treating this or viewing Lino as a scam. But it's quite clearly just like it. You can compare it to bits from Twitch. You can't buy or sell bits, but it's a method used to donate to streamers. So to say it's a cryptocurrency, I mean, I guess you could say that, but it's not. I don't see how you could possibly think that you could get scammed from donating Lino. I don't understand that. The article ends with, for all his past mistakes, PewDiePie has brought a lot of joy into the world. He obviously loves his fans, and he's added millions of laughs to the world with his channel. Bruh. Again, as I said earlier, they're just trying to play both sides. You know, I don't blame them, because if they played too hard towards the I hate PewDiePie should be hung by the neck until death, then they would get a lot of angry 9-year-olds like myself, basically calling them out. And if they appeared too kindly to PewDiePie, they'd probably get fired. But anyway, that pretty much wraps up this video. I hope you enjoyed. I'll leave a link to the article in the description if you really want to read it. I basically covered everything. It's not all that long. But yeah, hope you guys stick around and subscribe for more content, and I'll see you.